When we hear a thing about money and wealth, our minds start piling a list of rich and famous men like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bernard Arnault, among others. But the earth doesn't orbit around men. You know, ever since women entered the business market, their handbags now bulge with cool cash and not just fancy mascaras or red lipsticks. Do you know that a woman is now worth billions of dollars from the sale of candy bars? And that the 2006 American Book Award winner is a female billionaire? Oh, I bet you've also never realized that the United States of America births the second richest woman in the world. Now be all eyes and ears. Number 10. Diane Kemper. Diane Kemper is an American businesswoman, the largest shareholder in her family's venture, and an accomplished investor in real estate. She took over one of the biggest real estate businesses in the US along with her 3 other siblings. Their business investment encompassed more than 1,900 New York commercial and residential properties. Diane and her sister were in control of the residential leading department until a few years back. She encountered a serious health issue and gave up the position in favor of her sister. However, even without her active involvement in the affairs of the department, 17% of the World Trade Center's development is under her control. She has an estimated net worth of $2.8 million, according to Forbes. Diane Kemper is, however, an active philanthropist along with her siblings. Number 9. Blair Perry O'Caden. Blair Perry O'Caden is an Australian billionaire born in Hawaii, US. As an heiress, 25% of the shares at Cox Enterprise belong to her. Cox Enterprise is a media company that once belonged to her grandfather. She currently holds no position in the company, but her capital sums up to $12 million. James C. Kennedy, her brother, is the current chairman of Cox Enterprise. Blair is an active philanthropist, and she's been seen engaging in charitable activities including educational development programs, schools, nonprofit organizations, and aged care centers. She's married with 2 sons and her family lives together in Rockview Station, Australia. Quite impressive is the fact that she wrote and published a book titled Down by the Gate for kids. Her automotive and media company is valued at $20.1 billion. She, however, has an estimated net worth of $7.9 billion. Number 8. Diane Hendricks. Next on the list of billionaire women is Diane Hendricks. She is an American film producer who lost her husband Ken Hendricks, an American businessman, about 15 years back. She was born to a dairy-producing couple in Wisconsin and grew up with her family. She didn't attend college because she was keen on real estate and decided to make a career out of it. She stumbled upon Ken, who was a roofing contractor, and partnered with him. They started a roofing business which in a few years became a large private business known as one of the world's best commercial construction companies. After her husband's death in 2007, all the deciding power became hers, and she held the title of Hendricks Holding Chairperson. Diane Hendricks now has a net worth of $8 billion, and she's well seen in fundraisers and charity works. She is the producer of An American Carol, The Stoning of Soraya M., and Snowman. Number 7. Laurene Powell Jobs. Laurene Powell Jobs is an accomplished businesswoman and the widow of Steve Jobs. She started a venture specialized in immigration and education reform called Emerson Collective Advocacy. She also co-founded the board of College Track, which provides resources for students constrained by their economic instability. She enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania and bagged a bachelor's degree in political science. She pursued an MBA and earned it at Stanford Graduate School of Business. She got married in 1991 and acquired the Steve P. Jobs Trust $38.5 million Apple shares at a stake in the Walt Disney Company estimated at 7.3% after Steve Jobs' demise. With these shares and her investments, she easily became the world's wealthiest lady in the tech sector. Laurene is also the owner of Terra Vera, a natural foods company, and she worked at Goldman Sachs for a year as a trading specialist. She has now a net worth of $17.6 billion. Number 6. Abigail Johnson. Abigail Pierpoint Johnson is Fidelity Investments' chief executive officer and one of America's women billionaires. She is also well drawn to media. Fidelity Investment was Edward C. Johnson's and her grandfather's business, which was inherited and now managed by her father, Edward C. Ned. Abigail's staggering wealth came from her own company called Fidelity International, which also placed her on the list of the world's most successful entrepreneurs. She earned a bachelor's degree in art history in 1984. This businesswoman has a membership in the board of directors of the Securities Industry and Financial Markets Association, SIFMA. She also has a spot on the Committee of Capital Markets Regulation, making her the only female figure actively involved in the Financial Services Forum. She was listed among the world's most powerful women in 2016. Number 5. Miriam Adelson. Miriam Adelson is an Israeli-American billionaire and a physician. She gave herself to conservative political causes in Israel and the United States in 1991 after her marriage to Sheldon Adelson. They both gave funds to run Donald Trump's defense against the Mueller investigation, his presidential campaign, and the inauguration in 2016, as well as the second campaign in 2020. In 2018, Donald Trump gave her the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Miriam works as a publisher at Israel Hayom, a newspaper, and is also the University of Southern California's Board of Trustees as a voting member. She established a research clinic at a substance abuse center in 1993. And after her marriage to Sheldon, they both started a research clinic in Las Vegas in the year 2000. She became the sole owner after her husband's death early last year. With a net worth of $27.5 billion, she's ranked the 50th richest person on Earth, the 5th richest woman in the US, and the wealthiest Israeli. Number 4. Jacqueline Mars. Earning a top spot on the list of America's female billionaires is Jacqueline Mars of our favorite Mars candy. She's a well-known investor and a heiress with an estimated net worth of $34.6 billion. She was the president of Mars Inc. Food Product Group from 1982 to 2001. She inherited Mars shares said to be worth about $22 billion. According to a Forbes report in 2017, she got listed among the 30 wealthiest people on Earth. She enrolled at the Bryn Mawr College and graduated with a degree in anthropology. She, however, abandoned her career and joined her sister Victoria B. Mars in running their family business. She married David H. Badger, but they divorced in 1984 with 3 children. Jacqueline later married Hank Vogel, a Swiss writer, and their marriage only lasted a few years. Number 3. Mackenzie Scott. Mackenzie Scott is an American billionaire, philanthropist, and a novelist. This was the wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos before their marriage was dissolved in 2019. As the ex-wife of the second richest man on Earth, it's no surprise she makes it to this list. She has a 4% stake in Amazon, which was valued at $35.6 billion. She enrolled at Princeton University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in English. She married Jeff Bezos in 1993, and they have 3 kids. Her debut novel, The Testing of Luther Albridge, won her the 2006 American Book Award. In 2013, she published her second novel titled Traps. She was the world's richest woman in 2020, but it's now the 3rd richest in the US, with a net worth of $47 billion. She is married to Dan Jewett, a high school chemistry teacher. Number 2. Julia Koch. Julia Koch is the 3rd richest woman in the whole United States. She is a philanthropist, a socialist who acquired her wealth after her husband's demise, David Koch, in 2019. After she graduated from the University of Central Arkansas, she started working as a model. Julia met David on a blind date after she moved to New York in 1984. That didn't go well, but things got sorted after their second meeting at a party. They got married in 1996 and moved into a $17 million duplex in 2004. They later purchased another $40.25 million townhouse in Manhattan in the year 2018. They had 3 children, with which Julia inherited 42% of Koch Industries after David's death. She was ranked as the richest woman on Earth that year by Bloomberg. She's on Koch's board of directors, and she has a net worth of approximately $60 billion. Number 1. Alice Walton. Alice Walton is an influential American businesswoman and an heiress to the wealth of Walmart, a multinational retail corporation. She was born in Arkansas and enrolled at Trinity University in San Antonio, from which she graduated with a BA in economics. She worked at the First Commerce Corporation as a money manager and an equity analyst. She was the CEO, chairwoman, and the president of Llama Company she founded in 1988. She was involved in Northwest Arkansas's development and donated about $15 million to the construction of a regional airport. Due to this, a terminal was named after her, Alice J. Walton Terminal Building. Walton is a lover of arts, and she paints watercolors with her mother. She developed the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art and purchased art at Sotheby's, owned by Daniel Fraud and Rita Fraud. Alice Walton now has a net worth of $67 billion, making her the 2nd richest woman in the world and the wealthiest of all U.S. women.